Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's 4x24 here. Today we're going to be talking about the side runners on the vehicle in lighting tutorials. Now, the side runners, what are they? These are the on the rocker panels of the vehicle, on the bottom of the vehicle, on the driver and passenger side. These lights flashing here, those are going to be your side runners. We're going to talk about how to uh, configure those. And we're going to stick with Crown Vic once again. What we're going to do, just like always, we're going to start fresh. And we're going to stick just with the side runners. Now, if you were to just click on the different presets, that's what it's going to look like. And once again, this is where you have a little difference of one preset 1, 2, and 3. So you can see there are different patterns. Usually, it's just the color on most, if not all, of the other lights around. These do not matter, especially if you're going to go into it and you're going to adjust it. So we're going to stick with, we're going to just pick one and we're going to go right into it. That's that default pattern. Now, the way I have mine set up, as you may have seen so far in my other videos, or like the start of this video, I have a 12-step lighting system on the side runners, and all 12 steps are used, including 6 of them are used, or excuse, 6 of them are used as lights, and the other 6 are used as blanks for the stutter pattern. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the first step. Like I said, I'm going to show you how I have mine set up. Working on the right side. Remember, right side's always blue. And this is how we're going to have our first 3 flashes set up. So we're going to skip number 2, go right to number 3. Do the same here and the same at 5. Now you can do this in all blue, whatever color you want. I like adding the white to add that difference of color, that different depth. 6 is going to be that stutter flash after 5, so 7 starts that new pattern. We're going to do the inner 4. And this is how I have my inner 4 set up. We're going to do the same thing through 9. The same thing through 11. I'm going to show you what that looks like. That's what that's going to look like, having it set up like I have it, stutter flash, in, out, something like that. Now, what else can we do with this? We can do a whole bunch of things with this, with the side runners. Another thing I'm going to show you what to do is pretty popular with the side runners, is have it smoothly run back and forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the back here. We're going to start with blue, like I said, right? It's always blue. And instead of having it run 1, we're going to have it run 2. But instead of having it start with 2, we're going to add a little bit of depth, having it start with 1, giving the impression that it's kind of going kind of off light bar and then back into light bar. And you'll see what I mean when we go back, when we look at it. And every step, we're just going to move it over 1. Gonna keep it moving. Getting towards the end. And then the same thing here. We're going to have our 2 here, but this next step is going to have the 1 here, and that's going to be the end of where we started as well as the start. So we're going to continue it as if it's starting. We're going to have this back filled in and as if it's coming back. A few more steps. And the other thing that you want to be careful about, I'm going to show you when we get to the end. And this is where adding your number of steps comes into play. That may screw up your whole pattern, especially if you're a little bit OCD like I am. not about how many, the number of steps that you have, it's how they are utilized. And this is what I mean right here. Number 21, step number 21 would be this one right here. But if you remember on step number 1, it's that one right there. And we didn't repeat that over here. So we don't need a step 21 because it's going to start the process again with that single one here and then go back and forth. So we're going to update those changes. I'm going to show you what that looks like. A little tough to see, but you can see when it gets to each edge, it dumps that second one and starts with 1 and rolls back and forth. And that's what your Siderunner is going to look like. Now, you can, like I said, you can do whatever you want with these things. You know, you can have the front flash, the front half, and then the back half. Just show you. I'm not going to add all the different steps into this. We'll make this really quickly. You get my point. So, you know, if you add the necessary steps, you're going to have the front flash, then the back flash, and, you know, and stutter flash and all of that. All right, so here's where it kind of takes a different step, and this is kind of a little bit more, bit of a step up from a novice. So let's say you wanted to have this Siderunner flash the opposite. This flashes, then the opposite side flashes. So this is where your steps are going to come in, like I talked about earlier. So let's say we want to have this side flash. We're going to let's just keep it very simple. You don't need to light up the whole thing. We'll show you what I mean. We're going to have it flash 3 times, which is the first 6 steps. You know, 1, 3, and 5. And here's what this is going to look like. All that time that's in that dead zone. 7 through 12 are not flashing, so there's a lot of time between when it flashes and doesn't. So we have 1 through 6, I'm going to call it, even though 5th is the last one that's lit up, on a lighting pattern. So if we were to add the Siderunner on this side, we're going to make this one red. We're going to skip 1 through 6, and we're going to start at 7. And again, I'm not going to light the whole thing up. We're just going to kind of just show you what I mean, very basically. So 7, 9, and 11 are going to flash. Now, adding those 1 through 6 on this side, it's not going to flash while 1 through 6 on the other side are flashing. And 7 through 12 on the other side that's not flashing is where 7 through 12 are going to flash on this side. So it's going to look like, I can't show you really a top view of both flashing, but you see what I mean on the ground, how it's going to flash. So now you have, they were flashing on top of each other, but you can see they're flashing opposite of each other. But the Siderunners are kind of, it's almost like the light bar. You can have a lot of fun with it and put it in a certain way that that you know is to your liking. You can play around with it. You can have some fun with it. You can create something different, something new. A lot of people have different ideas about how they want their Siderunners to come out, just like their light bar, you know. And you're limited to design as far as all the other lights in the vehicle, but you know, this is something where I think the stutter pattern and the back and forth kind of adds to my liking of the vehicle. Always having some light flashing, it's alternating, it's the same stuttering flash. There's always something flashing on the car, and it matches the other side. I think in adding the colors of the whites, the depth of that kind of adds in with the rest of the vehicle. So like I said, this is going to be a quick tutorial on that Siderunners. That's how you're going to get those to operate. Um, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I will check, make sure I go through them. I'll be sure to answer them. If anybody wants to ask me about my flash patterns, feel free. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on these side runners. I hope you have a little bit more understanding. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all in the next one.